Well, I haven't liked a single thing from this director yet, so I guess his new film must be worth reviewing.
Science fiction, double feature, Dr. X will build a creature. She androids playing Janet and Francis started Forbidden Planet. At the late night double feature picture show. In the back row to the late night double feature picture show.
Welcome back to the 13 Films of Halloween. I'm Adam J. Nicholas Winding Refn. This is a director who's been built up as one of the greatest working today, receiving praise for films like Valhalla Rising, Bronson, and Drive, and deservingly harsh criticism for Only God Forgives. That being said, while most of his films have been a hit with the majority of audiences and critics, I'm just not a fan of this guy's work. Granted, I've only seen Drive and Only God Forgives, but that's for good reason. I hated both of those movies, so I didn't have much ambition to see anything else he had done. No, I did not like Drive. You can stop asking me to review it now. But if I can say one good thing about him, he's a great visual stylist. Much like David Robert Mitchell with It Follows, Nicholas Winding Refn's films look gorgeous. His shots are awesome, and his cinematography is superb. I really want to like this director, I really do, but his films are the very definition of style over substance. This is where the Neon Demon comes in. The Neon Demon sees Jessie, played by Elle Fanning, going to LA to become a supermodel, and is immediately a success, much to the jealousy of the other models around her who have been struggling for work in LA for years. And yeah, that's pretty much the plot. Revealing anything else could potentially spoil things that I don't want to spoil. And I'm sure the Refn fans hate me enough without me doing that. And yes, in case you couldn't figure it out, I didn't really care for this film, but let's talk about the positives. The film looks good. There's some really cool shots in the film. The cinematography is gorgeous. Out of the 3 films I've now seen from this director, The Neon Demon definitely has the best handle on its storytelling. Jenna Malone was great in her supporting role, and I did like the concept of the film. Refn is definitely trying to make a statement for how cutthroat and, quite literally, dog-eat-dog the world of modeling is. For what it's worth, this is the best film I've seen from him. That being said, the good in the movie doesn't really outweigh the stuff that simply doesn't work. First and foremost, most of the acting is very wooden and one note. Elle Fanning plays the lead character like she's barely fucking awake, and she barely shows emotion outside of a deadpan stare. Other supporting players like Bella Heathcote, Keanu Reeves, and Christina Hendricks pretty much follow suit on this. It also doesn't help that the characters themselves are so damn thin. These characters were so unmemorable that I had to look up their names on IMDb just to remember who they were. There's not much development for anyone outside of the main character, and even hers feels kind of vague. Refn doesn't give the viewer a chance to build a connection with any of his characters because he's too busy throwing as many random visuals on the screen as possible. The style of this film completely overshadows whatever substance might have been there. He does depict the fashion world as cutthroat, but if I don't care about any of the characters in this cutthroat world, why the hell should I care about the story he's telling? The structure of this film is just a mess. The film fails to have a coherent screenplay, and a lot of the scenes just feel thrown together. There's a ton of crap in this film that made me wonder why it was even in it. I mean, what was the point of the scene with the mountain lion in the hotel room? What was the point of her staring at a pink upside-down Triforce for what felt like an eternity? For that matter, why did the film keep cutting to that image in places where it didn't even call for it? Why was Keanu Reeves even in this film at all? And I'm actually serious. I'm asking, why was he in this film? He's literally there to act like an asshole, rape a teenage girl, and leave. Oh, speaking of which, just to clarify, people, if you heard a teenage girl in the room next to you being raped by an older man, would you call the cops? Yes? Oh, okay, well, tell that to our main character then. In regards to the film's more shocking moments, like the one I just mentioned, there's really no build-up to any of it. These things just sort of happen the fuck out of nowhere, and all the scenes just feel like shock value for the sake of shock value. The ending in particular, which I will not spoil, is so out of left field. I mean, yeah, it's fucked up, no doubt about that. That doesn't automatically make it good. Look, guys, in regards to the quality, this is just another It Follows situation for me. It has some good atmosphere, some good camera work, and some cool cinematography. That being said, the structure is all over the place, most of the acting is wooden, the shocking moments it wants to convey never once feel earned, and the characters are just bland and underdeveloped. I wanted to love this film because of how much it was hyped for me. I had friends telling me, "You have to see the Neon Demon. I couldn't wait to talk about this thing as soon as it was over. It will raise so many questions for you." But when all is said and done, the only question it raises for me is why I'm still talking about it at 6:30 a.m. when I have work in 5 hours. I'm giving the Neon Demon a D+.
Are we having a party or something? You know what my mother used to call me? Dangerous.